Hi, welcome to the Traders Muse. I'm Naomi, and on this channel, part of what I do is live trade S&P 500 or SPY, and I come on each day and look for setups. On this channel, I focus on the process and trading psychology. And as always, this is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. So the market is going to be opening shortly in just over a minute. And so when it opens, I'm really just making myself available for if I see my setup. It's likely that if you're watching this, you're watching the replay. So thank you very much. I'm going to make sure that this is as valuable for you as possible. And if anybody joins me live, then I'll also answer any questions or respond to any comments as well. So let's have a look. Okay, so I trade support and resistance levels. So before market open, what I do is I mark up support and resistance on a higher time frame. For me, I use the 4-hour. And then I drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and I'm really looking for reactions around these levels. And in particular, I'm looking for a rejection candle because I want to know that price has tested my key area and it has rejected it. And then I enter the market in the direction of that strength. And typically my stop loss is behind the zone that I entered, and take profit level is the next key area. I typically set alerts maybe just before the key area, and I might get out there, or sometimes I might even just look at how price is moving if there's momentum, and I might try to trail that those profits. And I always want to have a minimum of 1-to-1. So right now we are at one of my key areas. And so what I do is I'm just going to get prepared in case that this closes and it's a setup that I want to see. I always wait for the candle close. So I never enter mid candle. I always want to see how the candle has formed. But I just get prepared because I want to enter as close to the closing price as possible. So I want to be ready. I want to have my lot size calculated, etc. All right, so looking very bullish. I'm just going to, did I just add that line there? I think I did. Yeah. So I'm just going to remove this tool just for now. I don't want to confuse myself. I just want to stay ready in either direction. So it's tested the upper range of my zone. It could reject. So 3 minutes left of this candle. So we'll see how it responds around here. As I say, it is one of my key areas. Two and a half minutes. Okay, so some rejection. It's really just chipping around in this zone here. Okay, so it's rejecting. We still do have just over a minute left of this candle, but if it closes outside of the zone and the wick is dominant, that would show and signify a rejection candle, and then my criteria tells me to enter to the downside. So I'm just being patient here. As I say, I do wait for the candles to close, so I'm not going to FOMO in, even though it looks like it is rejecting. I'm just going to stick to my plan. Okay, so buyers coming in again, got 45 seconds. Okay, so although that is, it's almost between a doji and a pin bar, isn't it? But I wouldn't enter anyway because it's closed within my zone, and I like price to actually close outside of the zone, because for me it shows a bit clearer intention to actually clear that area. So I'm not in any trade yet, I'm just waiting. I always read my trading rules before each trading session as well. This helps, or this acts as a helpful reminder, for what I have to do, what my entry criteria is, and what my exit criteria is. Even though I know it, it's really important for me to just ground myself in that, and set the tone for the session. Um, Particularly as when I trade, it's in the afternoon in the UK. So I've already had my morning, so there's already been things I'm doing. So it's really just to recenter, refocus on the task at hand. So I find that really helpful. And also, I typically take about 2 or 3 trades a week. So I know that not every day is going to be a trade opportunity as well, and my rules actually state that. So again, it's just a reminder. It helps me to manage my expectations, manage my mindset, and it helps me come to the chart knowing that I'm not trying to take a trade, I'm not trying to make money, I'm just trying to be available, so that if the market comes to me, I can take that trade. And when I take that trade, I still have a neutral expectation and understand that my edge has losses and it also has wins. So either outcome can happen. So, yeah, really recommend, if you have a trading plan, definitely read it before each session. And if you're currently working on it, that is great. I know that my trading plan was built through trading experiences, having losses. All of those losses were lessons, the wins were lessons, and that's how my trading plan was formed, as a self-taught trader. Okay, so we're breaking, or making new highs. I like to track the high and low of the session just for context, and to kind of see like how big the range has been, how much SPY has moved for the session. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to give it a like, and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you know exactly when I'm live and you can join me. Okay, so just hovering around the previous candle high, near to my zone, some rejection here. This is pre-market high actually. So there is some rejection here, looking like a pin bar at the moment. We'll see how it closes and if it clears my area. No. Okay, so that was a pin bar, yeah, but it's within the zone. So I haven't entered any trade yet. Okay, touching the sessions high, testing that area. Okay, some rejection of the high. So right now we're really just chipping around in this zone. Okay, quite a strong reversal here. So now it looks like we're maybe going to test the day's low so far. And if it does break out of this zone, again, what I am really looking for is a rejection candle off of the zone. This candle here so far is just showing momentum, but what I want to see is a rejection candle. So for example, if this candle closes outside of the zone, then what I would want to do is essentially see a pullback, a test, and then a rejection. This might even close as a pin bar to the upside as well. So let's have a look, because there's some rejection there as well. So again, just getting prepared for each eventuality. We got just under 2 minutes left. So it did pull back and to like the bottom part of the range or the zone, and we've rejected it. So if it can close outside, then I would get in. Because it's showing a test of the zone and that it's been reclaimed. There's still quite a bit of time left on this candle, so we'll see how it closes. It might go without me. I might not get in time. So we'll see. Also, if my risk to reward reduces, then I will have to consider if I want to enter. Or I could just extend my TP to further within the zone, the next level. Okay, although this is a lovely pin bar, I'm not going to get in because it hasn't quite cleared my area. Yes, it could still go up without me, but I have to really be disciplined. It didn't quite clear the area that I wanted it to. So I'm just going to be very particular with that rule. So I'm not in any trade at the moment, and I accept that it could go without me, but I'm not trying to predict where price is going. I'm literally just trying to respond and focus on my trading plan. Okay, so we are reversing, going deeper into the zone, testing the bottom of it now. Okay, so we've seen rejection again of the zone, looking bullish, bullish pin bar. It's about to test the session's high. Okay, so it's making new highs now. Okay, looks like it's going to what, or my next level. A minute and a half left of this candle. So again, this is another nice rejection candle, but the risk to reward isn't there for me at the moment. If it closed like this, for example, the next level is too close. But if it does go to the next level, then that previous candle would have been a nice entry, that pin bar. But I do have to be specific. For me personally, I do want it to clear the zone. So I only trade for the first, or I look for setups within the first hour of market open. So yeah, I really sort of limit the amount of time that I spend looking for a chart. I really like when there's a lot of volume and momentum, and that is often at market open, like the first 1 to 2 hours. Also power hour as well, which is the last hour. So yeah, if you have like a trend following momentum type strategy, you really do want to trade when there's the most volume. Volume is naturally highest at market open. Okay, so we have somewhat of a doji now. So again, I'm not in any trades. I'm literally just waiting. I'm waiting for the market to come to me, waiting to see if it gives me my setup. So trading really does require patience, but when you are confident in your strategy and your edge, you're able to just allow price to do whatever it's doing, and you just make yourself available for when your setup appears. And that helps with, not FOMO into trades. It helps you to not overtrade as well, because you know exactly what you're looking for. So yeah, having a trading plan is definitely essential. It's almost like a job description. You need to know what you're doing or what is expected for you at your job so that you can make money, and so that um, you can reduce the likelihood of you getting the sack, getting fired, or getting a disciplinary. You need to know what you have to do, right? And you can apply that same concept to trading and your trading plan. Your trading plan literally tells you what you have to do in order to make money. Okay, so testing the sessions high, looks like. Okay, some rejection here of the sessions high. Let's see if it tests the zone again. Okay, just over a minute left of this candle. Just hovering around here. Let's see. Okay, so slight a rejection candle off of the session's high. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what happens. I think when you're trading and you're really trying to become consistent in how you trade and how you execute, it's really important to be mindful of how you're thinking and how you're viewing the charts as you're looking at it. And you really just want to be as objective and as neutral as possible, like literally just stating what you see, um, not sort of predicting, not thinking you know where price is going. Don't have a mindset of, oh, if I enter here, I might be able to make a bit of money. It's really just having the mindset of, my one job is to execute when I see my setup. And then that can really, really help to manage and prevent over trading, over leveraging, especially if you feel like really confident or if you've had a series of wins. It's just about treating each trade, each trading session as its own unique experience and just resetting each time, whether you've had a series of losses or a series of wins. It's just about treating each trading session as a unique session and looking at the chart through the lenses of your trading plan and the process, as opposed to looking at the chart through the lenses of maybe bills that you need to pay or potentially the job you hate. You really don't want to come to the chart with the mindset of, I need to make money, because that is exactly where you deviate from your rules. So if you can take that pressure off yourself, then you just allow the trader within you to come out, as opposed to just forcing things. So it's really important to be mindful of how you're thinking, how you're viewing situations, because how you think affects what you do. It influences and shapes what you do, right? And as a cognitive behavioural therapist by background, I really understand sort of the importance of that, of being aware of your thoughts. Okay. I know we're often aware of maybe our P&L and our behaviors, what we're doing, that's the problem. Okay. Hesitating when our setup comes up, forcing entries. So we know all of that, but we don't often know why we're doing that. And you have to tap into what might be going through your mind in that moment. And that will help you to break out of that cycle and get to consistency. So let's see if it tests the next area. I'm going to see how it reacts there. We're making new highs for the session. I've got 30 minutes left of looking for opportunities. I've already had half of my session. And by the way, if you are interested in going deeper on your psychology, do have a look at my trading psychology course, which is linked below in the description. And that's a really nice practical tool. It's self-paced and it's really designed for you to identify your own unhelpful trading patterns. And it's got a series of tools in there that you can apply and practice to get you to consistency, to get you to focus on changing your behaviors so that you can execute in a consistent way, as opposed to letting your emotions dictate what you're doing all of the time. So when you get that course, there's lifetime access. You'll also get lifetime updates. So when I refresh the course, you'll get those updates straight to your inbox as well. And it's designed specifically for you to be able to complete the course, okay? Because there's a statistic that only about 10 to 15% of people who purchase a course actually finish the course. So that means you're missing out on like the transformation if you don't finish the whole course. So this has been designed so that you can do that, and even that so that you can refer to a particular video in there each day before your trading session if you wanted to. So you can go through it at your own pace, and spend maybe a week or a month on one particular module really practicing some tools, or you could go through the whole course in one sitting. It's really up to you. So that's linked below, and it's also at thetradersmuse.com. All right, so we did touch the next zone. So yes, this red pin bar here, that could have been, as I said, the psychology behind this candle shows that it did test my key area and it rejected it. It just didn't break out of my zone. And for me, that's a rule that I really want to keep and be very strict with. Yes, it was very close to it, but I wanted to pass on that one. But had I have entered there, that's this would have been a take profit. But now we're at my next level, so it's about me seeing how it reacts there. Is it going to give me a setup to the downside? Is it going to reject, or is it just going to continue upwards? And that's what I'm waiting to see how it reacts. I'm waiting for it to close. I'm never going to predict where price is going. I'm always just responding to what I'm seeing through the lenses of my own trading plan. Okay, so it's rejecting. We do have 2.5 minutes left of this candle, so I do want to see how it closes. So again, this sort of setup requires discipline, because again, FOMO could be triggered here, because I could be thinking, right, it's already showing me the type of setup that I want to see. It's rejecting my key area. Let me just get in. But one of my personal rules is to wait for the candle to close. And that's really important for me, because how a candle looks mid candle could be completely different to how it looks once it's closed. And I base my decisions on the close. So you could be having thoughts of, this is going to go without me, let me just get in. But I really have to stay as disciplined as possible. So let's see how this closes, if it's a pin bar or if it's more of a doji. Okay, I'm in this trade. So now I'm going to set alerts at stop loss and just before my take profit level as well. So at this point, when you're in the trade, it's about reminding yourself you don't know what the outcome is going to be. It could go to stop loss or it could go to TP. So again, it's about remaining very neutral. Okay, it's getting close to one of my exits. So I always exit manually. So I don't put orders in like stop loss orders or take profit orders. So I do have to kind of watch it and get ready to close myself. Okay, so it's pushing down quite fast. What I'm going to do is see how it reacts, if it's going to wick up or blast through. Okay, I'm out. So that was a quick scalp, very quick scalp. It went to take profit level in less than a minute. It might continue to go through, but I just wanted to stick to my plan. Okay, so that was a 1-to-1 risk to reward, quick scalp. So in terms of why I entered this trade, price went to my zone, which was a resistance level. It tested and then it rejected, and I entered on the close of that. My stop loss was behind the zone, take profit was the next zone. And as you can see, it is pushing further down, and that can happen. But my rule is to always kind of get out at the next level and also just observe it, see if I can catch a bit more. But in terms of my execution there, very happy with that. I was disciplined and I waited. I followed my entry criteria and I followed my exit criteria. And it was a very quick scalp, 1-to-1 risk to reward. When I entered the trade, I tried to stay neutral and accepted that it could go to stop loss or take profit. So that was a very quick trade today. Let me make a quick note on here. So that was 1-to-1 RR. So I hope you found that helpful. Please click the like button if you did, and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell if you want to catch me live trading. And if you are interested in working on your own psychology and having discipline, focus and clarity, as I mentioned, please check out my trading psychology course linked below. I also have other free resources linked which you might find helpful for your journey. I don't see any questions or comments at all in the chat, but thank you for watching this far, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.